Hi everyone. Teach My Child is dedicated to helping children maximize their potential. Today's video talks about the 10 ways to foster a growth mindset. Mind over matter is a common piece of advice given to people who are going through a difficult time in their life. But how effective is it? Can the way we think about things actually affect how we face challenges? Top psychologists shout yes. Not only does a person's mindset determine how they deal with challenges, but it can also impact learning and success. According to Professor 𝗙cie𝗹𝗹𝟪, the Lewis and Virginia Eaton Professor of Psychology at Stanford University,
when you enter a mindset, you enter a new world.
Professor 𝗙cie has spent years researching how a person's beliefs can affect the way they lead their life. This culminated in the publication of her book, Mindset: The New Psychology of Success. In her book, she identified two mindsets that can make or break how a person approaches challenges and successes: a fixed mindset and a growth mindset. People with a fixed mindset believe that qualities like intelligence, personality, and character are carved in stone. This creates a need to prove oneself over and over. Having a fixed mindset means focusing on questions like, will I succeed or fail? Will I look smart or stupid? On the other hand, people with a growth mindset believe that basic qualities can be cultivated through effort, strategies, and help from others. This is not to say that people with a growth mindset think anyone can be the next Einstein. They simply believe that anyone can grow through application and experience. Growth-minded people believe that they can develop any desired qualities by willingly stretching themselves. Because of this, they are not only able to face challenges, but also thrive on them. People with a growth mindset are also more willing to seize new opportunities than those with a fixed mindset. In one study, freshmen who were struggling with English at the University of Hong Kong, where classes, exams, and textbooks are all in English, were asked a simple question. If the faculty offered a remedial course for students who need to improve their English skills, would you take it? While students with a fixed mindset were uninterested in the class, afraid of exposing their deficiencies, those with a growth mindset were eager to seize the chance to learn. Professor 𝗙cie used this to illustrate the dangers of having a fixed mindset. To feel smart in the short run, students with a fixed mindset were willing to put their college careers at risk. No one is born with a fixed mindset. Babies who are learning to walk are not worried about looking silly or failing. They just get up and try. Professor 𝗙cie suggests that children pick up and develop mindsets from the people around them, such as their parents and teachers. Here are 10 ways you can help your child develop a growth mindset. 1. The power of yet. Professor 𝗙cie found that adding the phrase yet or not yet, when students faced setbacks, inspired confidence and persistence. So whenever you catch your child saying something like,
I guess I'm just not a math person,
after struggling to grasp a concept, remind them to add the word yet, and see how that simple word can change their entire outlook on their capabilities. 2. Embrace mistakes and imperfection. Growth-minded people are not hung up on attaining immediate perfection. Instead, they welcome challenges and the act of making progress. It is values like these that lead to intellectual growth. To foster a growth mindset, help your child capitalize on mistakes by saying,
that was a great mistake. It helped us see what you don't understand yet.
3. Emphasize effort over ability. It is normal to praise children for showing intelligence or talent. But research shows that doing so puts them in a fixed mindset. Instead of instilling confidence, praising their ability makes them shy away from new challenges, for fear of losing their gifted label. When faced with difficulty, they lose confidence, stop enjoying their activities, and fail to perform. Professor 𝗙cie suggests focusing instead on the process of learning and improving, rather than natural talent. Acknowledge the effort the child exerted to achieve his goals and encourage him to continue overcoming obstacles in the future. 4. Praise the process. Parents and teachers can give praise to teach children about ability and learning. Outcomes are important and laudable. But place more value on the hard work, good strategies, and excellent use of resources that led to learning. For instance, instead of praising your child for getting a high grade in his test, take pride in the way he managed his time and the strategies he used to study. 5. Reassure them the right way. Everyone feels nervous before a big test or performance. Resist the urge to reassure your child that he will do well by focusing on his intelligence or talent. Instead, acknowledge what your child feels and reassure him that learning is more important than the results. 6. Treat failure as an opportunity for learning. Reacting to a child's mistakes or failure with anxiety tends to foster a fixed mindset in the child. It conveys the message that failure is an issue. To foster a growth mindset, parents should instead embrace setbacks and treat them as learning opportunities. Rather than simply reminding your child of his capabilities, ask him,
"What can we try next?"
7. Give constructive criticism. As a parent, your first instinct might be to protect your child from failure, to maintain his self-esteem. But giving him a phony confidence boost after a loss will only lead to more disappointment in the long run. A better way to teach your child to deal with failure is to sympathize with his disappointment and tell him the truth. Constructive, process-focused criticism means giving feedback that can help children understand how to do better next time. 8. Don't judge, teach. Professor 𝗙cie commented on how teachers with a fixed mindset tend to judge. They look at a student's beginning performance and immediately decide whether he is smart or stupid. On the other hand, teachers with a growth mindset refuse to give up on a student based on the latter's current performance. Instead, these teachers figure out ways to make things happen. So instead of prematurely labeling your child as not a sporty person or not a science person, when he is simply taking time to learn something, help him explore ways to improve in these areas. Don't judge, teach. 9. Construct growth-minded ideals. Parents will always want what is best for their child, so they often have ideals of what their child should be. However, parents should not harbor a fixed-minded ideal of their child's innate talent or genius. Such thinking forces the child to fit into a mold, which leaves no room for error or the child's interests. Promote a growth-minded ideal, a student who values knowledge for its intrinsic value and hopes to contribute to society. 10. Talk to them about the growth mindset. Professor 𝗙cie also researched ways to teach students how to foster a growth mindset. She and her team developed a software program called Brainology that teaches students about how stretching oneself and learning new things causes the brain to form new connections, which, over time, increases their intellectual ability. Teaching the growth mindset itself has been shown to enhance students' motivation and achievement. It's important to remember that as a parent, everything you say or do sends a message to your child. Even what feels like a harmless bit of praise or reassurance could be putting them into a fixed mindset. Remembering these tips can help you make sure that your child develops into a growth-minded person who can thrive on challenges and welcome learning opportunities. Do you have a growth or a fixed mindset? How has your mindset influenced the way you parent your child? Let us know in the comments. Also, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe for more ways on unleashing your child's potential.